Okay, so the first question I got here is, how did I learn Japanese? Anime. Watch the shit out of that. Like fucking all day. Super hyper, crazy psycho, weeaboo. Isn't that impossible? I did it. So if it is impossible, that makes me like a superhero, I think. But no, it's not impossible, man. It's easy. Like, I just watched it. Okay, so I think the real question is here is like, there's a bunch of like crazy weeaboos that are like watching anime with subtitles on it. And first of all, you can't learn Japanese with subtitles on the anime because you're just reading the anime. Like, that's English. It's not even Japanese. You don't even hear it, right? So I think that's really the big question. It's like, can you learn it by watching something? No, you take the subtitles off, dude. Watch it in Japanese, right? I mean, that's how like babies learn their language, right? Babies are pretty stupid. They're not very smart. I could kick one and it wouldn't even like know what happened. It'd be like, ah, and I would laugh at it. But you know, babies they're dumb, but they learn languages, right? Why are they? Is there like, you know, magical sponges in their head maybe? Just absorb Japanese automatically. I think that's, my grandma told me that. I think she said, I can't learn a language because I'm too old. My magical sponge is gone. They don't just absorb languages. So, you know, that's a no. They just listen to it for like 4 fucking years, 16 hours a day, every day, all day. They don't do anything. They don't have a job. They don't go to school. They don't have a nagging girlfriend. They just listen to the language forever. And then at 4 years of that shit, they finally start speaking English, and people are like, oh my God, it's amazing, right? He must have a sponge in there that just absorbed the language, because I can't do it. Yeah, you can. Lock yourself in a room with some Japanese anime, no subs, for 4 years. Don't do anything else, right? Don't do nothing. Don't call your girlfriend. Don't jack off. Don't eat. Maybe you can eat, but you know, that's all you do. Just do that. You'll learn Japanese pretty good. But I mean, who has time for that, right? No, I didn't have time for that. I had a nagging girlfriend. I had school. I had all kinds of stuff, dude. Yeah, the real question, how did I really do it, right? What was the real method? Quit fucking around. All right, so the real method was, you gotta get yourself a primer, right? Like, if you're really serious about learning a language, get yourself a primer that can speed up that process. Like, yeah, sure, lock yourself in a room for 4 years, but I mean, who has the kind of time, right? With the nagging girlfriends and all. You gotta get yourself a primer, so that just means like a book, a textbook, any book, anyone, pick anyone. There's free websites all over the place. Pick one of those, right? I've got courses that cost money. You should buy them, right? Buy them all. You can use that. You can use Rosetta Stone. You can use whatever you want, right? Use it for like 2 to 3 months. Get the basic grammar points down, right? All of the particles, all the verb formations, right? Some basic vocabulary. So now when you watch anime, right, you know what's going on there. Before it was just like blah, 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 blah. It's just like a big sentence of words that you don't even know where they start or end. But then when you know like the structure of the grammar and stuff, you can figure out, oh, I know that's probably a verb here. This is the particle, so it separates this. And you understand, you may not know all the vocabularies, but your brain kind of goes to work unconsciously to connect the dots, right? It's kind of an unconscious process language, because I speak unconsciously, right? So it goes to dot, it learns from the context that you learn from. That's how babies do it, right? They're just stupid, so they take a long time. We can like open a textbook and, you know, and get some basic stuff down so we can speed up the process. It's not hard at all. Right? So quit fucking around. Get yourself a book or a course or a website. There's free shit all. I got videos. Look at this is YouTube, right? I got a bunch of them. I got tons of them. Go watch some of those, right? Get yourself some basic grammar, some basic vocab, so you can speed up the process while you're watching your animes, while you're weeabooing out, right? Do your weeaboo thing. That's fine and great, but you need to get some basic stuff. Don't go crazy on it, right? You need like 2 to 3 months to really get what I call a primer, right? Just a thin coat of basic Japanese grammar, because you can't learn it from a textbook, you know. Unless you want to learn how to write a textbook, then read a textbook, right? That's what I usually say. It's because like, what are you doing? Do the thing that you want to do, right? You want to understand Japanese? Well, go listen to it. You want to speak Japanese? Go speak it, right? Listen and speak. It's a miracle how that works. You know what I mean? Right? You want to pole vault? Go pole vault. Don't read a book about what you should do when you pole vault. You know what I mean? You want to pole dance? There's a pole right here. Come over. But second, go do it. You know what I mean? Don't read about pole dancing. It's just ridiculous what people do, right? Get like a basic grammar, like a basic structure. Like if you're gonna do some pole dancing, you should probably know what a pole is. There's one. Okay. you should probably know what a dance is, right? That's probably basic stuff, right? Same thing with Japanese. If you're gonna learn Japanese, you should probably know what Japanese is. What's a verb? What's a noun? You know what I mean? Basic stuff, and then go to work, man. Just you grind on that Japanese pole. Did it take a long time? Kind of. I mean, I took a year, right? Most people were like, wow, that's fast. But I mean, I spent all day. Like, I was in my room all day long. I was 16, I was being homeschooled. I didn't have nothing to do. So I was weeabooing the fuck out, watching some anime, doing some primer. When I was done with that, I just watched a bunch of anime, right? So I mean, it took me a year, 11 months, but who's counting? It took me that long, but I mean, you know. So I mean, it took me that long, but I mean, who's counting, right? There's babies screaming in the background. I gotta take care of my babies. I gotta go stuff food in their mouth. They're dying over there. They're starving. They literally are starving. Concentrate. But yeah, it took me a year, right? It took me 11 months, and I was just doing it all day long, though. You know what I mean? So if you don't have all day long, well, then maybe double that. It might take you 2 years, right? You know, if you only have a little bit of time, it might take you 4 years. So that's how you learn Japanese. Not that hard. Now, yeah, there was a lot of stuff how I had to struggle to figure out what worked. You know what I mean? I tried out Rosetta Stone and it fucking sucked. I tried out Pimsleur's, it was bullshit. I tried out a bunch of stuff, like so many things, and they were boring. Ugh, I couldn't stand them, so I stopped. They didn't work. I failed. It was scary, right? It took me a long time to get my groove in, to get my Japanese groove in, to get that the Japanese pole nice and greased, so I can slip and slide on it. It's a terrible analogy. But it took me a while to get the right method, you know what I mean? So if you have a right method already, like boom, it's like you got the right one to go, right? Like, you know, I've got a lot of students now in my courses because I teach this stuff in a course. Imagine that, right? I've got like videos where I teach people how to do it, and they just do what I did, so they like beat me. They're like faster than me now, so. You know, then it's really that they just have a blueprint, you know? They're like, oh, you did this? Okay, I'll do that, yes. And then they just do it, you know? They don't have to struggle to figure out what the right method is. Should I use Rosetta Stone? How much should I use it? How many times a day should I use it? Should I do it before my girlfriend nags me or after my girl? I don't know the right time. Is it chapter 3? Which anime should I watch? Should I watch One Piece? Should I watch Naruto? Should I watch, I don't know, Power Rangers? Should I watch SpongeBob? And people have all these questions, so like, you know, it took me a while to figure out fucking babies. That's why I hate babies. It took me a long time to figure out which worked, you know what I mean? What kind of thing works. So, you know, you can figure out what works if you just follow what someone, you know, laid out for you. So there's phones ringing, there's babies crying. My house is like falling apart here. I'm trying to make a video. There's no consideration to babies. They're just so selfish. Was it hard? No. Wasn't hard at all, because I was doing something I liked, you know. Like I said, I was a fucking crazy weeaboo, right? Watching the animes, and that was fun for me. So I'm sure if you like had 1,000 flashcards and that's all you did all day, right? In a dark room with no women in it, that's terrible, right? No interaction with women, that's the worst thing. Anyway, so you just do the flashcards. I mean, it's gonna drive you nuts. I would never do that. But I was watching fucking anime, you know what I mean? It was fucking so easy. It wasn't hard at all. It was just doing what I did already, being a weeaboo. Okay, yes, there is like a special method that I use, of course. First of all, buy the course. Like, I've got courses for this stuff, right? I've got ways for you to give me money for a reason, right? But anyway, yeah, no, I use the subtitles to my advantage. On some animes, like I took the subtitles off on some of them, and I put some subtitles on some of them. I watched them with subtitles, without subtitles. I switched it around. Then I would like listen to it with certain techniques, like whole techniques, right? At certain times of the day that I researched the shit out of this. I was like, what's the best time to absorb languages? And you know, I did it at that time. It's nighttime, by the way. I'm giving away all my secrets here. This is terrible. But anyway, yeah, I mean, there's lots of methods you can use. You can figure them out yourself, or you could probably join. I have like a newsletter down there. There's a link down there. You can join that, and it's got like a bunch of free lessons in it. So I effectively give away everything that I sell in my courses because I'm an idiot. I should probably not do that. Anyway, it's free for now, so go down there and get the free stuff. いや、別にいいんだけどさ。何言えばいいの？今日やったこと？今日はね、起きた。そして撮影しました。これ見て。シャワーすら入ってねえよ。キモいでしょ。殺していいよ。次の質問を読んだ方がいいかな、日本語で。次の質問は、 いや、本当にアニメから学んだ? I did. 本当ですよ。It was very, very true. There's nothing else. I didn't do any 特別ななんかね、何もしてないよ。It was just anime with some techniques on how to use it. You know what I did use? I've talked about this before. People always ask me like, what's the real secret? Like I tell them the secret and they're like, what's the real one? Like that can't be it. You can't just watch anime. So I tell them another thing. And like, you know, I just keep going deeper. But one of the things I did do was I looked up the most common words in the language, right? And people think, you know, I mean, it's not rocket science. It's just what's the most common word in the whole language, right? Instead of learning blindly from a textbook, right? Who someone decided that this is the word you should learn, it's like, what's the word that I'm gonna use? You know what I mean? So I looked it up and I found some stuff, but what I really wanted was I wanted to understand my animes because I was a weeaboo, right? So I was like, you know, what does my anime tell me? What's the most common word in my anime, right? So I had to go to great lengths to do that, man. I had to get the transcripts of anime, that was hell. That was really hard to get. You can't get them. And then I ran them through like a word frequency analysis. It's like a software, you know, you can do this. It's on the internet, right? It's all free. And then it just ranked up the words, right? So it was a little bit harder of a process, but I got the most common words in the anime I was watching at the time, which was Naruto. Right? It's Naruto, yeah. So I got that, learned it. My first word was like, you know, ninja, but that was retarded. No, it's not the first word. You'd be surprised. Do you sound like a you know, it's funny. そういう風に聞こえるか? どう思う? これアニメみたいに喋ってんのかな? 多分そうだよね。多分それが問題だよね。そう。だから女の子が。So, you know what I mean? People watch English cartoons all day long, right? When I was a kid, I know I watched the shit out of Spider-Man. I was like a fucking Spider-Man fit. I had like a suit for Halloween that I wore all year round. Not even on Halloween, but you know, I loved it. I watched it all the time. My sisters, they watched Dora the Explorer and like SpongeBob all day long. Like they're just glued to that shit, right? And you know, much to my surprise, I didn't end up sounding like Spider-Man. That's, you know, that was unfortunate. But maybe you can. Maybe if you watch anime and you like try to mimic their high voices, I don't know, and you like did the poses like Spider-Man would do, then maybe you might sound like a cartoon. But to my experience, no, you don't come out sounding like a cartoon. That's unfortunate. いや、ほんと残念だよね。だってナルトってかっこいいじゃん。かっこいいってばよ。かっこいいってばよ。そうだってばよ。I wish I could sound like that. I don't know. 海賊王に俺はなる。How'd that go? That sounded pretty good, right? 海賊王. What was it again? I forgot. I gotta watch more anime. I'm clearly failing as a weeaboo. I forgot the phrase. So yeah, I do teach it, right? I've taught it for a long time. It's been like 7 years now since I've been teaching it. Go on my channel, there's like a really old video of me, like, I think it looks like I'm 12, but I'm not 12. I'm like 21 years old. You know, very slow bloomer. But anyway, you watch that. I've been doing it for a long time. I've been teaching ever since that first video. I've been teaching online. We got classes and stuff, and they're legit, right? They're not like this. I just woke up, dude. I'm really sorry for the grossness, but they're legit. Maybe I'll put like a legit video right here of me actually teaching. I've got like a whiteboard. Did you notice this is a good class. You should buy it. Oh God, I should have took a shower. This is what I get for not, you know, for being fucking lazy. For being a weeaboo. So yeah, you can, I mean, it's most of the stuff I give away is free anyway. It's down in the newsletter, video newsletter. Like I give out videos, like just a shitload of videos, because like I said, I don't really know how to, you know, make money, but you can give me it if you want some money, right? I've got courses that you actually can't buy, so go ahead and do that. Be serious, come on. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard when you just woke up. 起きたばっかなんだよね。やだわ。嫌なんだよね。Okay. あと何言えばいいのかな。これ終わってんのかなこのビデオ。Any other questions? Do you guys have any other questions? 他質問ないですか？他質問ないかな。Oh yeah, it was amazing. Like being a weeaboo, you don't know anything. Why am I calling myself a weeaboo? It was getting too gross now. You don't know anything about real Japan, like what it's really like until you go there and you live there for several years. I did, and it was way different than what you think it is, but it's better, right? It's really, really fun. I've had a lot of time. They're just regular people, right? There's assholes in Japan too. You can't get away from them. I tried to, it doesn't work. And there's nice people and fun people, but it's just a different thing. It's like a different culture. So it was so fun. I mean, and there's not a lot of people who speak the language. I mean, there's a lot of people that suck at the language, right? Most white guys that learn Japanese from a textbook go over there and try and use their textbook phrases on the Japanese girls, and that doesn't go too well. You know, it's kind of funny to watch them do it, but We'll learn some real Japanese. Listen to the language, right? Whether that be anime, weeaboo out, go ahead. Or you want to do from Japanese through drama. Like there's dramas, there's TV out there, there's movies, there's samurai. Maybe if you learn samurai Japanese, you'll be better at picking up the girls. I don't know. This video is not directed towards picking up girls. I don't know why I'm saying that. Anyway, so you know, maybe it'll be a bit more socially acceptable. Maybe it'll be more fun. But to my experience, I watched fucking Naruto, One Piece. Dude, I even went so bad. I would like Code Geass, all this good stuff, right? It was great. Full Metal Alchemist. I was so into it. And you know, I had a great time. People loved the Japanese I spoke. They did. Like when the words came out of my mouth, they collected it in like a basket. And they drank it before ceremonies and stuff. So that's how, you know, you get, what I'm trying to say here is your Japanese is going to be just fine. You're going to have a really fun time if you learn it. It doesn't take that long. It's not that hard. All these other questions I got, yeah, you can get Japanese girls. You can have the time of your life. So yeah, go there. I mean, I got like F's in school, right? Not even in like language classes, which was of course an F, right? I got kicked out of school. I was so many F's, right? All homeschool. I had to go to the homeschool. I had to get out of school because they kicked me out. I wanted to go, but they wouldn't let me anymore. So, you know, you don't have to be good at speaking language. It's to learn the language. It's not like I was bad at reading a textbook. That's really what it was, right? So I listened to some anime and I got some primers. Yeah, I mean, that's the secret that everybody wants to know. Can you just learn from anime? Not really. Maybe. It might take you like 4 years, but you can. You know, you can learn it. It's just, you gotta, you know, you gotta take a shower is what I gotta do. This is disgusting. I keep losing my train of thought. I have the important things to say to these questions that you're asking, but they don't come out. This is a common occurrence. I should see a doctor. So my point is, you can learn it. Like you don't need to be a genius. You can be an idiot. Like we've got video proof of idiots learning Japanese now. Here we go. Here it is. Can't even keep his train of thought, but you can totally do it. I mean, you don't have to be smart at it. You don't particularly have to have a bazillion hours of time. I did because I'm an idiot, but you don't have to. I mean, you could do it in a lot shorter time. A lot of my students have. I mean, I've been doing it for a long time, so I've got there's like 7,000 people that have watched my videos in my courses. They actually paid me money. Can you believe that? No, not by the performance of this video. I swear to God, they're legit. They're really good. But you know, there's a lot of people that learn through this Japanese Saranime method, and they're doing really good. A lot of people have gone to Japan. You know, they're getting the Japanese girls, so that's good. And it wasn't hard. It didn't take a lot of time. You don't have to be a genius. No way. だからもう質問いいかな? もうこれで. Okay. So first of all, you got to go down there. There's a box. There's a link where you have to join my stuff, right? Because how else am I gonna make you buy my courses unless you give me your information so that I can like spam you with, you know, spam, obviously, right? Spam that it comes in the form of free videos that I spend fucking forever making. God, there's a better way to spam. I know there is. I'm gonna figure it out. So wait, to join, so while I figure it out. All right, so I think I'm done.